right? This reestablishes countries. And here we're using the iterator key object. Let's run it. Right. And again, this is a view object that's created. Um, so it contains all of the keys and all of the values, that is the key value pairs. Um, let's do another one. This is, it does this. This is an example, does the same thing. We're using the in key. We're using, this is just going to do the same thing, right? With a for loop, it's going to loop through countries. On the other hand, this last example uses the items method. Here, right? We're using the items method to loop through all of the values in the dictionary. This is useful if you want to work with the values for a dictionary, but don't need to work with the corresponding keys. Okay, so we run this, should produce the exact same output, and it does. So that was the items method. This is the values method. And the values method differs from items in that it only doesn't print the key values. It just prints the value part of the key value pair. And that looks something like this. Right, values method. So this will simply print out the values in the for each key value pair. Okay, so that's pretty easy. Okay, here are some constructors for creating dictionaries and lists. Um, list converts the specified view object to a list. Dictionary converts the specified two-dimensional list or tuple to a dictionary. In the two-dimensional list or tuple, each row must contain exactly two values. And sure enough, we've got some examples. Um, we are using, let's see here, we are using the list constructor to create a list object here. And then we're going to sort the list object. And let's see what's in there right now before we do this. US, Great Britain, and then Mexico, it will simply rearrange the dictionary like this, okay, because we've sorted it. And notice now, countries has not been permanently changed. Okay. So we have called we've used the sort method. All right. Okay, so let's look at a couple more complex structures. Here is one where we have we're going to convert a two-dimensional list to a dictionary. And again, we use the dictionary function. And this is pretty straightforward. Right, so initially countries is a list of lists. And then we're going to change it into a dictionary using the dictionary function. So here's our original list of lists, and dict, D-I-C-T function changes it into a dictionary. But in order for this to work, these lists must have the same number of elements. If you have a list in here that has, for example, 3 elements, you will get a value error because the length of the sequences aren't the same. Okay, so you can do this. It can be a list of tuples, or it can be a tuple of tuples, and it works the same way. Okay, so let's see. That brings us up to a new program. Let's take a look at this. The country's code program. And what does this do? One way to find out. So it's like our movies program, gives us a command menu. Let's see what's in there now, see what's in the dictionary. We have these country codes, and if we enter one of these country codes, it will show us the country. On the other hand, if we want to add something, add a new key value pair, we can use the add function, and we'll say I want to add the Netherlands, and notice I'm using lowercase, I'm not using uppercase. And it added Netherlands. Notice it takes care of the punctuation by itself. If I want to delete something, let's delete US. And again, it's case insensitive. And if we view what we've got now, Netherlands has appeared, US has disappeared. So we only have these 4 commands to work with the program. Let's exit the program and go back and look at the code. Whoops, and that's not the correct, it's looking at country code, and so I messed up. So we're going to exit the program. Here we go. And take a look at the code. And we have our display menu. Well, first we'll go down here to main, right? So main sets up the initial dictionary, calls display menu, then goes through a while loop and an if, elif, else ladder, very similar to what we've seen in our previous programs. The display codes function, our second function in the program. Display codes just displays an alphabetical list of the country codes in a single line, separating each code with a space. Okay, so it takes the list and gets the keys or country codes and then sorts them, and using a for loop iterates through those codes and simply prints what the code is, separating each one by a space. Okay. The view function note the view function begins by calling the displayed codes function to display the country codes on a single line. Then it prompts the user to enter one of these codes. And the way it achieved being case insensitive was by using the upper method. So no matter what you enter, NL in lowercase letters or NL in uppercase letters, it will be recorded as uppercase here in code. And then it will simply show the value of the name of the country for that particular country code. The add function begins by getting a country code. And again, because you're using input, you don't have to enter the country code within quote marks. And whatever you enter changes it into all uppercase. And if there's a match, it will pop off the country with that code and delete it, also return it. If there's no match, it just goes down to the else statement and tells you there's no country with that code. Okay, so also we have in here, where is it? We have the title method right here. The title method converts the name to title case and adds the name to the dictionary. Okay, and what else do we have? We have delete. Oh, haven't looked at that yet. Delete begins by getting a country code from the user, converts it to uppercase, and then checks to see if the code is there with this if-else statement. If it is, it deletes the country from the dictionary and displays an appropriate message. Okay, otherwise, the code displays a message. If it's there, it tells you what was deleted. If it's not there, it gives you this message. There's no country with that code. Okay, and then finally, main, which is similar to what we've seen before, creates the dictionary to begin with. It contains the codes and the names for the three countries. Then it displays the command menu, the display menu, and then it enters this main loop for the program. The only other thing to note is that this code passes the country's dictionary to the add and delete function. Here, here. Since a dictionary is a mutable type, these functions can make changes to the country's dictionary directly. So the changes that are made to the dictionaries are also available to the main function. Okay, so that's a program that is kind of similar to what we've seen before.